Welcome to TransMissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this monumental 500th episode, we welcome back an old friend as we talk about the Hasbro fan stream from last week, and then we talk about where we're going to go from here on out. Today is Wednesday, August 24th, and this is the 500th episode of TransMissions Podcast.
Welcome to TransMissions, the podcast that's made it to episode 500 in a 4-episode limited series. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent TransMissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hello.
Creator, producer, and star of Empire Rust, editor Mike.
I can't believe the overtime we're getting on this.
Yusuf, better known as Yoshi.
Yo!
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hi. Let's talk Transformers.
Jesus fuck. I swear to God, Daryl, 500 episodes and you give the entire world a reason to want to car bomb me at Canada.
It's like you never left.
Yes,
we're gonna make sure 500. This is gets our adult rating on this one, right? We're gonna make sure this is not a kids friendly one.
Yeah.
Is there something higher than the explicit rating on podcasts?
That's an OnlyFans, Charles.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're back. This is episode 500, so we thought we'd do something a little special. And actually, I think this marks a turning point, so we'll talk about that a little bit. But of course, as always, we start the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to help us out and support the show.
I can tell you for a fact that these gentlemen here love money, and you should give them more. Because of how much they love the money.
But we love thanks for leaning into the mercenary nature of begging for donations.
No point in hiding. No point. Just make it clear.
But we do appreciate it. So if you would like to become a donation, if you're not already, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that's where you can sign up. So thanks, everyone, for helping us out. Of course, one of the perks of being a Donatron is that you get access to the early uncut versions of Empire of Rust. And this week, we have Empire of Rust episode 83. Let's split up, gang. And this is the early version exclusive to Donatrons that just came out on Monday, August 22nd. So it should already be available to you on our Patreon page. If you are a Donatron, you have access to it. Of course, the main regular episode of Empire of Rust, episode 83, will be up the following week. So 1 week from then, a few days from now, 1 week from Monday, so August 29th. You can check that out in the free feed at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. Mike, any teasers for this episode?
We're going to Scooby-Doo this thing up.
Yeah, that was implied from the title, I think. So yeah.
I told you it's like calling like the next episode was it like Fred and Daphne go this way, Velma and the rest go the other.
So yeah, so in this scenario, which of our Empire of Rust main cast is Scooby?
Magnum.
Okay. Wow. You didn't even hesitate. Okay.
He knows what he did.
All right. So check that out. Of course, our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, the first and only Transformers Live Play RPG podcast. So check that out. Of course, Mike loves to play Transformers based games, and he got us to play the Transformers deck building game live, and we have a 4-part series on YouTube available for everyone to see. So that came out last week. So it is available right now. You can look at all 4 parts in succession on our YouTube channel. So check that out if you missed the premiere last week. And we missed the premiere a few weeks ago, so sorry about that, but we got it up. So now it's available for everyone. I'm sorry.
Dr. Pence
As penance,
is so mad at you.
As penance, I shaved my mustache. So, all right, and now we've teased it a couple times, but Daryl has a new special Donatron exclusive show coming out soon. Well, I think the first one will be going up this week. So, Daryl, why don't you tell us about it? What's coming up?
Yeah, so Dr. Pants and I have started a new show, and we're just, it's a quick little show, but it is for Donatrions only, and it's called We Like Big Bots. And so Dr. Pants and I have started hanging out, and we start just grabbing a figure from our own collections, and then we just talk about how much we like it and why it's cool, and we will go through like it's a particular character, say. So I can't remember who we picked first, but might be Jetfire, and so we'll pick, say, Jetfire, and we'll go, so this character Jetfire, and this is the bunch of figures that we have of Jetfire, so we'll go through the figures that we own of said character, and talk about why these characters or these figures have such awesome figures, and and we'll show off a bunch of them. We're not limited to mainline. We have some third-party stuff show up, and we get really excited about the toys involved with the collecting, and it's just a fun discussion, and each show lasts about half an hour or so they're fun little discussions, and they're video, so you can really get into those, and we like them. They're fun. We got a good chunk of them done already, so Donatrion's exclusive show. We like big bots, and I think
and we cannot lie.
We don't lie. Yeah, I think everyone will like.
Really serious, Daryl.
Want to get the point across that we are serious about the toys.
Awesome. Yeah. So new stuff from Dr. Pants and Daryl. So check that out. It's only if you're a Donatron. So another incentive to sign up. So cool. All right. And, as you can see, we have the original TransMissions crew on the show here. We got Yoshi to come back. Yoshi, how you been doing?
I'm doing all right. So it's been an interesting year. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's your project Transformers ReAnimated going?
Oh, it's going good. It's 3 years now. One issue a month. I think we're on 37 or 38. And it's expensive. It's very expensive.
You're commissioning art for every issue, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I got some quotes about like, how much would it be to go back and start actually doing all the internals every, I'm not Richie Rich. I can't do that. That's an expensive hobby at that point. I mean, it's expensive now, but that would be insane.
You need to get an artist on the team and just have them do it.
Yeah. Well, there was a part of me that was naive, and it was like, well, man, there's a bunch of artists that need to prove themselves out there in the world. And this is a script written. I would think one of them would download and be like, I'll do a panel. Nothing.
Exposure doesn't buy dinner.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you're having commissions done for the covers and then just text for the internal stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I listened to a bunch of the audio versions that you had put out.
Oh, you're the one. Thank you. Those are a lot of fun to put together and try to find people that want to do 27 different voices on some readings. We've taken a break from that just because the summer heat is killing us, but I'm sure we'll jump back into it in the fall.
Cool.
Yeah.
And one of your original characters showed up on Empire of Rust.
Yes,
that was cool.
Yes,
Shatter, the Autobot powerhouse there.
That was really nice of Mike to let me do that. But yeah, Shatter is a character in my little story that comes back from the future for an issue and then disappears.
Oh.
It was good to have you on it though, because it was a great couple of episodes too, and like you and Charles and Matt and Pat all had great chemistry for it as well. I'm just sad that Jeremy, you couldn't show up for it. I'm also sad that Daryl, you couldn't show up for it either.
But that was to be expected.
Daryl's never showing up for it though, so you're gonna be perpetually sad.
Yeah. Yep.
He's still waiting for that Daryl listen to this one episode.
You get some house to paint there, Daryl?
No. As you can see, I cover my walls with comic books and toys, so that's I save money on paint.
Yeah, and I can attest, even outside that room, he has some comics hanging up.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. The comics are leaking outside the walls.
All right. Well, now with episode 500, we figured it would be time for things to change things up a little. Did you say end the show? Wait a minute. We didn't discuss that.
Surprise. No.
We thought it would be it'd be time to change the format up a little bit. Not a huge amount, but we're making trying to streamline things a little bit.
Jeremy's going to host the show from now on.
No.
Really?
You're out.
Big C's retiring.
Hey, middle square now. Hey, good.
Let me fix that.
The audio listeners have no idea. I just removed myself from the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're trying to streamline things a little bit. Also with alt mode and IDW's comics kind of slowing down, we're gonna have to change things around there since we won't necessarily have a comic review every week. So we'll discuss that in alt mode later on. But so we're trying to cover a few more topics, like get a little bit more information in, but then do a deeper dive on maybe one or two topics every episode. So that'll maybe liven up the discussion a little bit and hopefully keep things relatively compact and streamlined, but everyone gets a chance to, talk and have fun and have a good discussion. So I think that's the major change. Trips to the store is staying where it is. So, we're still doing that. Of course, I think that's always fun. Of course, the pressure's on to have something interesting to show off every week.
My wallet would like to take a break from trips to the store.
But you're the toy guy, Daryl.
Yeah, no one forced you to light it on fire at TFCon.
And I think this was Jeremy's been pushing this for a while, but we are going full video every episode. Are we still doing that?
Yeah. I mean, okay. Daryl's going to edit the video, so why not?
All right. So we will have every episode. There will not be a separate trips to the store video. We will just have the full video on YouTube every week, in addition to the audio on the RSS feed. So, you can either listen or watch or both if you have enough time to do that and enjoy. So
please put in time code so you can skip around.
Yeah, that's the plan.
There'll be no bloopers at the end. Everything's staying in.
That's if Daryl. Yeah. We'll teach Daryl how to edit video at some point.
And Jeremy, you commissioned a new theme song, so we can no longer get copyright strikes.
Yeah,
Were you getting copyright strikes?
No.
It wasn't a strike. We were getting every episode that we had, particularly the Black Flag version of the Transformers theme, we would get claimed by whoever owns the copyright of that on YouTube.
That'd be Black Flag.
Well, I think it's Universal Music ultimately. So they'll give Black Flag like the fractions of whatever penny.
I think it's Black Lab, isn't it?
Black Lab. I don't know, but yeah, I have a friend, Pete Billingham, who's been in the fandom forever. Like we met on the predecessor to TFW 2005 on those forums, and met at BotCon 2004 in person. And he lives in the UK, and he does electronic music, and he's like trying to do like film scores and stuff like that. So I commissioned him to do some music for us, and trying to keep the, where you hear the beginning, you kind of recognize it, but then it goes into more of a kind of futuristic sound. So if you've heard the edited version, you've heard this already, but here is a little bit of what we have now.
We just got a copyright strike from Pete Billingham, didn't we?
No, we have the rights to use this. So, yeah.
I really like that. I think it's a very nice replacement.
Yeah, we asked for the drums at the beginning because that's kind of from the '86 movie theme song. It's kind of, you hear the drums and you know what's coming, but then it goes off into this other direction.
And it's that reverb drums. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is.
Oh yeah, Yoshi's a musician. He knows about this stuff, doesn't he?
He's a drummer.
Well, that's good. Got your seal of approval. That's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and Alt Mode will have a version of that as well. So we'll play that on Alt Mode this week.
It could just be drums, and it would have been better.
Just I'll take the first couple seconds and just loop it.
There you go.
Nothing but that.
I think that's all the news. I mean, it's episode 500, so we had a lot of things to talk about. But yeah, so let's get it is a real show, so we got to get into what we talk about most on Transmissions. And that's toys. The new toy section starts off with quick hits. So Mike, starts off.
Hey, guess what? I am the first person in this inaugural quick hits section. So quick hits is just going to be very quick little hits that don't really need a ton of commentary, but it's just kind of updates as to what's going on in the fandom. So first thing we got is some new stock images of MPM 10, which is the movie masterpiece Starscream, specifically the Revenge of the Fallen deco we got over here. And yeah, some new stock images posted showing the deco, showing all the modes, and the different weapon configurations that his arm can go into. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff.
All right, well, I got the Takara Tomy Mall exclusive masterpiece MP53 plus B, I guess just MP53B Dia Burnout. So this is the Diaclone version of the Skids mold, and it's they've went to calling it Burnout. This is the getting a new head, which is inspired by the Diaclone Black Honda City Turbo. So back when they did Diaclone molds, they all the figures were Diaclone molds. One of them was black. The Skids mold was black, and they've used this as the inspiration. This figure will come with 4 weapons. The same mini Moto Compo motorbike and a golden hologram pilot. It's the pilot is the Carly figurine, which was included with the MP44 Optimus Prime. You can get the Dia Burnout available. It is available on the Takara Tomy Mall, and it's approximately about $80 US, and it's scheduled for release in late March 2023. So the pre-order window is open right now and is scheduled to end at around September 5th. So you can get in on that. Looks pretty good. I like it. It's nice. I did get Skids at TFCon. I haven't opened it yet, but it's getting a lot of good reviews.
All right. Well, a Baidu user, which I believe is a Chinese social network, has posted what appears to be new stock images of vintage Beast Wars reissues Iguanus and K-9. And it shows off both the robot and beast modes and updated packaging for the vintage Beast Wars line. So looks pretty good. I'm not big into the Beast Wars vintage. I believe Daryl's probably got these figures already, so probably wouldn't bother to pick these up. But maybe Dr. Pants will be interested in these figures. I know he was interested in the previous. I think Cyber Shark was the figure he picked up from his childhood that he liked. But here's Iguanus and K-9. So if you are into Beast Wars, these might be coming to Walmart near you very soon.
Transformers Legacy Wave 2, Voyager, Jhiaxus, and Soundwave are starting to show up in stores. Looks like some images were found at Walmart in Newcastle, Delaware. And Soundwave is the siege mold without the battle damage decos. Thank Christ.
No shattered chest plate, glass shattered chest plate.
Because what I want to do is buy a brand new toy that looks like somebody already played with it.
Yeah.
I want that, Daryl. Can you send me one of the 5 you bought?
I was only able to get one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Showed up at my comic book shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want Jhiaxus.
The last thing we have here is a black redeco of DNA's DNA Designs DK37 Legacy Laser Optimus Prime update kit. This is for the superior black RID Universe Scourge version of the figure. And
is that what they're calling it? The superior version?
It's understood.
Okay.
This kit has extra weapons and parts, including articulated hands and pieces for the trailer that allows the trailer to be worn as more weapons in his robot mode. And this is expected to be out October 2022. So not long. And hopefully you can get the figure in this.
So those are quick hits. Now we're going to get into our main discussion topic. So we're recording this in the past. So as for us, this yeah, I mean, it's always recorded in the past, I guess. As you're watching this, last week Hasbro had their Transformers fan stream where they went through a bunch of new figures, and so we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to kick it over to Daryl because Daryl is our toy expert, so he can lead the charge through this one.
All right, so we got the Hasbro Pulse fan stream that happened on August the 16th, and it was 6 people were a part of it. So we had Isabella, Ben, we had Delaney, Sam, Mark, and Evan. And Isabella started off the stream by talking about the stamps that became available just at TF Nation, just the a few days prior to. Unfortunately, they didn't mention TF Nation, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's a an unofficial convention. But they did promote them heavily, and they seemed very, very popular with the rest of the team on screen. And they talked about the IDW comics that are coming out, and a lot of the other stuff. But they went through the stamps, showing off the art and how beautiful they are. The fact that it's art by Andrew Wildman, inks by Stephen Baskerville, and colors by Mr. Jean Paul Beauvais, and it's really quite nice. And that there is a forward, I believe it's a forward done by James Roberts, and it was really done quite well.
Some of the art, like this, the top art, I think, is Andrew Griffith.
Oh, right on.
He
Cool.
had some of his art included.
Yeah. So it's really quite nice. I was assuming when they were talking about it that these things were going to be available through Hasbro Pulse, but they just mentioned it near the end that no, you just got to go through Royal Mail to pre-order them. So it's exactly the same stuff that we were talking about on last week's show on how you were going to get these available to you. And I can assume from knowing Yoshi for as long as we have that these are pretty big on your list of things to get.
Yeah, they are. It was weird when it was announced, because like I've gotten stamps from the Royal Mail before, but I've always had to go through a third party because I haven't been able to order to the US through them. And Charles pointed out, it's like, well, Daryl and I ordered them. I was like, really? So I went in, and lo and behold, they had the option this time. But like you were saying, how they wouldn't mention TF Nation, they also wouldn't mention G1, which I found very interesting, because I mean, Wildman's art here just screams Regeneration 1 to me. And what was the other thing? Fuck, it's gone.
That's fine.
But yeah, I did order a bunch. I did order a bunch. They're really beautiful. I'm waiting to see when the stamps come in, because I really do. I think I like the print there that's on screen, but
it's huge. It is massive.
Huge, like the perspective with the battle axe and the mace kind of bothers me. So I'm waiting until I can actually see the stamps before I make that purchase. But it's beautiful. I mean, all of it's beautiful. I'm really excited to get it. Oh yeah. And like the comics, that was the other thing I was going to make a note about.
Do you get the book that was shown in one of those previous images with the stamps?
That's an option. You have to order it, and
so there's a bunch of different tiers essentially, and one of the tiers includes this pack with the Matrix of Leadership kind of a packaging, with another one with the book, and then another portfolio piece here, and it's significantly more expensive than the cheapo starter package that I bought. But I can't remember exactly how much more it was. Like this thing that's showing on screen right now is an ingot. It's a silver ingot, and it's just got some coloring on it, and it's it's 100, or I guess you can't say 100. It's 99.9% pure silver, and it's they're expensive, but they're like, if you've got a mint, like if you've got one of those, like here we've got the Canadian Mint, and they've got the Royal Mint, and you've got Joe's Mint. They do coins. Right.
Sounds legit.
They do this kind of stuff, right? They got all kinds of crazy stuff. So so this kind of thing is really cool. And I do kind of wish that they had mentioned TF Nation, because that's where it was announced. But I do get I do get why they probably didn't. But whatever. It's still big news, and I'm really happy that they acknowledged it. Moving on to the comics. So they did mention the comics, and how one of the first one that they mentioned was the Rarities book, and we all got it last week. And we showed it off, and we did a couple of stories from it. and how really very awesome it was. They really paid a lot of attention to the comics during this stream. They talked about what's on the screen here is Shattered Glass 2, and how the new Shattered Glass like Volume 2 or Shattered Glass 2 is starting off, really giving a lot of attention to the covers and the different artists, and even mentioning by name each artist that did covers on it, specifically this Shattered Glass series, and then the Last Autobot or Last Bot Standing series. So they went through every single cover, mentioning the artist's name as well, which previous streams they've never ever done before.
Yeah,
I thought that was really good.
I think we called out on one of the Zooms that I was on. I think that was brought up. Giving credit to the artists for some of these things.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that they took it to heart and actually are doing it.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's only happening right at the end of the IDW relationship, but at least they're finally acknowledging the artists. But yeah, no, that's fantastic. Moving on, they got into studio series reveals. So the first studio series reveals that they got into were the Hot Rod from The Last Night, and this one, yeah, right, and he's Hot Rod. So they are going with, I guess these are I can't remember what number they gave him, but he looks pretty good. We were able to see some an alt mode and a robot mode pick. The alt mode for Hot Rod is a licensed Lamborghini, which is very awesome. You don't really usually see that in just in mainline. It's usually a Masterpiece where you see that kind of stuff. So kudos to them for getting that. And then
can we talk about the alt mode for just a second, though? Because it just looks like an eyesore to me. I mean, it's just nothing but lines and where bits transform into it. I mean, it's cool that they got the license, but it's kind of destroyed by the Rubik's cube of manipulation that has to be happened to make it a car.
Yeah, I mean, it's
hideous.
To get the license, they would have had to have it approved by Lamborghini. So Lamborghini doesn't obviously have a problem with it.
But as a fan, I would think as a fan, you would have a problem with it. I mean, it's just...
I personally don't like the Studio Series movie figures anyway, but they're you can see obviously on the side of the figure where on the side of it, you can see the cut line there along the door. And you
There's
can see a little bit of
lines, 5 cut lines.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Transformer, right? There's gonna be lines on.
But the point I'm getting at is the next one, even though it's a horrendous robot, the alt mode looks gorgeous.
You're talking about the green one.
Yeah.
So we can get into that one because that one does look a little better, and that is Crosshairs. Yeah. Remember his name. So Crosshairs, and this one, his original deluxe figure from I think it's The Last Night as well. I can't remember his movie. His original figure was atrocious. So this is going to be an improvement regardless of what it is. But they did get another licensed vehicle here. So this is a Corvette, and they mentioned the designation, but I think it's like a C07 or I don't know, but it's a licensed Corvette. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, it looks good. The Corvette itself, and I mean, you can still see some cut lines on it, but I mean, maybe just the fact that it's green, you can't see them as much.
It's actually got
this thing isn't as fucked up as the other one. I mean, it's for plastic tires, it's a gorgeous alt mode.
I do like the fact that they actually painted out the hubcaps on Crosshairs. I kind of wish they did that with Hot Rod though. And it might have just been a little bit of the photography there too that kind of really highlights it, because I'm looking at the professional photography for Crosshairs, and you can kind of see the lights reflecting in the windshield and everything, and the glare off of the paint on the hood, which you did not see with Hot Rod. So, I don't know.
I mean, I never liked this version of Hot Rod just because, I always felt like if you're going to take the name Hot Rod, can you make it look a little bit like, Hot Rod is what I remember from, like, in terms of the visual for Hot Rod, like G1 Hot Rod is red, orange, and yellow. And to make it all black with like one little orange, highlight, like, it makes it seem incredibly dull. Like, Hot Rod is supposed to be bright colors, and this is like
Michael Bay made a lot of mistakes, Charles. I mean, his mountain of fuck up is huge. But we're talking about the toys that have resulted from that. The black car is hideous. The green car is beautiful.
And that is the final word on the matter.
Man, I bit my tongue during the comics, Daryl. I'm opening up now.
Well, moving on from crosshairs, there. I can never remember his name. So we're on the Fallen here. The Fallen is a Voyager class, I believe, and it is the first new mold for this figure in, God, I don't know how long. This has been, I think this has already been turned into at least 3 memes I've seen. So the alt mode we're looking at right now.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know what the hell that is.
It's just ridiculous.
They kept moving pieces and stuff, and like, okay, well, this looks kind of like something. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, it's a piece of shit, but Daryl, as a toy guy, like, is there any aspect of its transformation that's intriguing to you? Because I think this is the one where they've got the ball joints that disconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I've never seen that before in an action figure.
Well, not on purpose. So, I mean, I have the original Fallen figure, and I don't believe the Fallen was meant to transform. So, I mean, he just looked like this because, he was the Cybertronian kind of god, and, he's just a badass. But
the original toy did have an alt mode. It was like generic Cybertron spaceship.
Okay, because I have it. I've just never tried to transform it. I just, just have it. If it looks like this, I'm glad I avoided it. It's. I mean, he's a cool enough looking character on his own. He doesn't look like any Transformer really, but he's interesting enough. But this alt mode is just odd. So I don't know, but. Yeah, so they announced the Fallen, and yeah, he's it exists.
That's the thing. Yes,
it is so hideous.
Thumbs down.
It's so hideous. Charles's mustache ran away.
All right, Jeremy, what's up next on your list?
You tell me, and I'll find it.
Great.
Can we go back to Ironhide?
Sure, let's do that. We've got a core class. Oh, no, this is another Voyager class. This is Studio Series Ironhide. So this one we have talked about before because it did get leaked. And this one I wanted to make a bit of a correction on because they mentioned it during the stream that the size of the figure is smaller in stature than one would think, being it a Voyager. Now, previously, when we commented on it during when the leak photos came out, myself had actually commented that this figure was as tall as the deluxe version that had come out, maybe last year or the year before. And it just seemed odd that they're now marketing it as a Voyager. But they made mention that they did that on purpose. They wanted to keep the size class, in scale, but they needed to bulk out the rest of the vehicle to kind of make sure the van all got, was all encompassed in itself. So it was an interesting kind of revelation, but, it made sense to me, honestly, after I kind of heard it. So, so they wanted to make sure that the size of the figure stayed the same, but you could actually transform the entire van into the robot. You don't actually have to disconnect anything, which is really good. So other than the masterpiece Ironhide, this is the only other Ironhide figure that likely can transform, other than non G1 Ironhides, right? So this is an all-encompassing Ironhide, which is awesome. It really is. If they've been able to pull this off and it looks good, then that's quite the accomplishment. I'm really into this, and you're getting a Ratchet out of it too. So it's
you can see on the top of the vehicle mode. There's a part there for a light bar.
Yep. Which I kind of think is just get rid of that for this figure. Like, you can make a different one, but
it just stands it all.
Whatevs. Yeah. And I mean, you can definitely still see, these are the professional kind of, like, these are the shots that they're using for, the official pics. You can see the difference in color here, because, this is where the light bar is. This is all clear plastic that they've painted. And then the rest of it is just like the plastic color. So it's always the issue with coloring cleared plastic or painting cleared plastic that they have the issue with the painting. So there's going to be a bit of a gradient issue, but it's something you got to get used to with mainline stuff. All right, next up we have got, let's see here, Wheelie. Let's go with Wheelie. Wheelie is a new core class figure, and he is much more articulated than that piece of shit that came with the Grimlock. So they specifically made mention that this will be a great figure to seat on top of the Studio Series Grimlock. So they acknowledge that this is a replacement for that figure.
Are they the same size?
It's bigger.
Oh, okay.
It's bigger than the one that came with Grimlock, but it will sit on top of him. Yeah. So they didn't specifically say that the one that came with Grimlock was a piece of shit, but I think that was implied. Yeah. So it's a great looking little figure. I think you may I know that when Mike was on last, I think we were talking about the this Wheelie figure, because the pictures of it did come out already, and then you were talking about how you had Titans Return Wheelie and you didn't want to have to replace him. This one does it looks superior. I really liked how they there is a little Easter egg how in alt mode you can flip up the windshield there, and the Wheelie's head is facing up, so it's kind of like the original G1 toy. That's probably the only the only similarities that it does have, other than being orange. So yeah.
You see, I'm not going to play this game though. I mean, it's the same thing with the Ironhide. It's like even the Ironhide looks a little bit better than the deluxe one that came out, but I'm not going to play the game where I'm replacing figures like every couple of years just because they improve it a tiny little bit. It's like, I don't want to do that.
You're not a beta tester for toys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it feels. I mean, looking at Ironhide, to me, it feels like this is a beta release. We can clearly improve. I mean, we've learned a lot of shit. Everything fits in his legs, but it does feel like there's room for improvement on both of them.
At some point, they're going to release the best version of the character. Do you want to be the one who didn't get it?
This isn't the best version.
Yeah.
Because
even if they stop,
are you sure?
This isn't the best.
Give it a year or
sure?
two. Give it a year.
The world could end next year and you will have not gotten it.
I mean, look at what they're doing. They're already doing. They're at least I know I complained a lot about the battle damage on the War for Cybertron figures. Now they're just re-releasing all those figures with no battle damage. Like, see, we've got the clean versions for you. Isn't that great?
That's why
it was not the same thing, Charles. We're not talking about the same thing here.
I do feel like some of that, though, Charles, is probably pandemic related. Like, I'm sure they've got to be limited on what they can produce right now. And
they also have the movie delay. So they have more space in their inventory of their schedule.
Sure. But I don't know. It just like I don't feel like I just don't feel like doing this. Like I don't feel like just buying the same figure over and over again with just a tiny bit of improvements. I mean, it's kind of like the cruise ship industry where like every ship is made is like the biggest one ever because it's like 5 feet longer than the last one. It's like, well, technically true. Each figure that's come out in recent years has been a little bit better than the last one. But again, I just don't want to play that game though. It's like, I'll pick up a new figure if it's a good looking figure, if it's all like, we're going to talk about that Rumble, hopefully in a minute, which I'm really looking forward to.
I don't see them going back and updating Jhiaxus in the next 5 to 10 years.
Sure, but I also hot take. I don't quite like the look of the Jhiaxus. It's just
fuck you. Get out.
So there is no pleasing you. No, it's not that I can't appreciate the figure. I do, but it's not for me. I just don't enjoy the look of it. And it's like, okay, sure. I'm glad it's out there. I'm glad people can grab it. I actually did buy the Generations Jhiaxus like a couple of years back, that repaint from out of Starscream. And it's like, all right, cool. It looks good, but it's like I don't need it. So
it's like me with Empire of Rust. I'm glad it's out there, but I just don't need it.
If each episode,
you're not supposed to say that about stuff on our network, Daryl.
If you would like to hurt Daryl, you can unsubscribe from the Patreon account at any time.
I was like, I don't need big bots, but
it's true.
See, they worked on 2 levels.
We're gonna move on now because this is getting a little personal. The next figure is Ratchet, and we're gonna talk about Core Class Ratchet. So Core Class Ratchet is coming out, and it is another Studio Series figure, and it's Ratchet. So there you go. It's
save lives.
It's
see, Daryl, you could buy this one right now, or you could wait a minute or two for a Voyager class Ratchet to come out.
Why would I want Core Class Ratchet when a Voyager one is coming out?
Exactly.
I have 2 comments on this Ratchet. One, I really do like what they've come up with in terms of getting around the Red Cross issue where the Red Cross sued them for using the Red Cross symbol. I like this Autobot logo in the little 6-sided thing. That looks good.
Okay.
The other thing is when you're taking pictures of a white figure, don't use a white background.
But all the rest of the pictures are on white backgrounds, though.
Bugs me. They don't have to use white background for any of these. Just look at the figures. It's hard to see, and especially if you need to like cut it out to use it in an image for a podcast.
I feel like the white background, though, really points out just how horribly plastic the tires are.
There we go.
You're not wrong. You know what else points that out? The giant like clamp peg in the middle there.
I could see the steam rising from Daryl's ears.
I'm not a fan of these of a lot of these core class figures, and with Studio Series entering the core class, it seems like a waste. I actually really respected the Studio Series for not being in the core class stuff. They stopped at deluxe. That was the smallest they went, and now they're down in the sewers with the rest of these other lines.
Well, the Spike and Wheelie are appropriately core class, aren't they? I mean, that's appropriate.
Make a 4-pack. They're doing 4-packs for everything else, and then sell it at the deluxe price point. Whatever. I don't know. I'll buy them because I want the the wheelie and the spike, but it's only because I have to. Moving on.
You actually don't have to.
I do. Can't you see I have a fucking problem? Moving on. We're going to talk about Frenzy. No,
let's
Rumble.
Not. Let's not.
This is now they've actually called it Rumble, and in brackets blue.
So you're trolling the fans at this point.
So Jeremy,
yeah,
why is the background black?
to show off the actual figure that contrasts against the black.
Oh.
So I love this figure, and the only reason I do is because it's going to fit in Soundwave.
But don't you already have a Rumble?
Yeah, I do.
So you can't get this one. That sucks.
Oh shit! Yeah, I gotta stay internally consistent.
Yeah. Only one figure for each character.
I haven't picked up the Frenzy and Rat Bat 2-pack you recommended.
Being a hypocrite is a natural human condition.
It's a natural American condition. Let's be honest here. No, I am going to get this.
Americans are just better at it.
I do like this. I am going to get it. I actually like a lot of
it does look
small
good.
things that they did, like the feet that actually pop out on it, all the accessories that come with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I haven't taken out the core class. Is about for me it's $15, so it's probably $10 for you.
10-ish.
Yeah, it's $10.
Yeah.
$9.99 for Americans.
I haven't looked it up, but I haven't taken out one of my other tape figures, but this looks like the design of the figure looks a lot like the tape design that's been used recently. They just added the pile drivers and the weapons. Anyone got a tape figure around to look? No, I don't.
I did, but my kid stole my blaster.
Oh.
The legs are much better. I remember being disappointed by the legs on the Frenzy and Rumble that came out for War for Cybertron. I think the proportions on the legs and body are better here.
Found them.
Yeah, they look a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I have the blaster.
Okay.
Mike's got his Rumble.
Oh.
Maybe make Mike big.
Well, the raw, you can see that the torso is a little slimmer on the one that they're the Studio Series one. So there you go.
Yeah, the
legs
Studio
are better.
Series. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be getting it anyway because it's I buy everything.
Me too.
So
not everything, but I'm gonna get it too.
All right, moving on. They finished off. That was the last Studio Series. No, it wasn't. They had one more, another core class figure that I don't understand, but I do, but it seems ridiculous that they're doing it. This is Dark of the Moon Laserbeak.
I don't even know where the.
Let's not even give it airtime.
It's a red bumblebee. It's a red bumblebee.
Pink. It's a fucking pink bumblebee.
I believe that is salmon.
Might be probably salmon.
This one,
but that's it. So they had a bumblebee mold that they could do in core class, and they thought, you know what? Let's make it pink, and let's call it Laserbeak because it's the thing that happened once, and whatever. It's a thing. It's going to exist. It's going to sell because they do. And,
are you buying one?
No, I'm not getting one of these.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on. We got into the main line, so the legacy line, and they showed off a bunch of stuff that we'd already seen before because it was all at San Diego Comic-Con. Are we talking about this stuff too?
I mean, you can flip through it. Yeah, flip to the new. You can quickly mention the ones we saw and then flip to the new stuff.
Okay, so so they showed off Blanker, but I believe they've changed the name and are calling him Point Blanker now, or Point Blank. They have, it is Autobot Point Blank. So they got the name. Good.
They were very proud of this.
Yeah.
They were like falling all over themselves for some reason.
Anytime you get a trademark back.
Yeah. So that was really good. I'm happy they got the name back. I'm still not super happy about the fact that the figure kind of stops at the waist, but there's just kind of hips and that there's nothing there, but yeah, whatever. Then they've got Crankcase and they mentioned that it was a partial on the skids mold, and I hadn't seen that. I mean, I have skids, but I didn't see it. So I should have, but I didn't. So that's cool. And they mentioned that the front grille comes off to become a gun, and that's another really clever usage of parts. So yeah, awesome. Then they showed off Wild Rider, and Wild Rider, I believe, is already starting to hit stores because some people are showing it off. And that's really very cool. So the third member of Menasor is making its way out there, and then they showed Wild Rider on Menasor, so very cool. And then they showed off Skullgrin in alt mode, and they showed him off in robot mode as well, and got into a lot of discussion about how the head was designed in multiple iterations to figure out what they were going to do with it, and finally settled on what it is here. And I like what they've come up with here. I mean, I may not get the figure because of it, just I have a G1 Skullgrin and I really like that one, but I like what they've done with the new head design here. It's pretty clever.
That's really difficult shape to deal with in a transformation too. That's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And then they showed off Beast Wars Inferno, and they talked about it for a bit, and it looks pretty good. And we've talked about it before as well. So these, and then they went on to Armada Starscream, and Mark was really stoked about this one. And it looks nice. I mean, I like the way I like the look of this figure quite a bit. And I might pick this one up. It's I'm not a diehard Starscream fan, but I like the design. So yeah, I might.
Still no Minicon though. I hoped with Point Blank getting his Target Master, they'd have given Starscream a Minicon, but no dice.
Yeah. And then the final figure. Well, not the final one, but the final, the biggest one that they showed off, I guess, was the Transmetal 2 Megatron, so Dragon Megatron, and then this one they showed off in.
They were falling all over themselves on this one too.
They're pretty happy with this one. It looks pretty good for a new design. So yeah, and they've got a couple different accessories they wanted to show off as well. So yeah, and this one was it looked pretty good.
I will say on this one, when we talked about the leaks of this a while back, and I mentioned how the face doesn't look good, someone asked on Instagram, and I think it was Ben that replied that that's actually the molding has a better teeth, and the paint job just was not what they were hoping for.
Oh,
so the funky looking facial expression is more the paint than the molding.
That sucks. And then they went into a couple that they didn't have. They had one on hand, I guess, and that is the what's his name? I can't remember the little core class guy. What's his name? Bomb Burst. Yeah. So they have a little new pretender. So Bomb Burst. He looks pretty good, and that's a new one. So yeah,
if they're gonna keep on doing these in this size class, I'm actually kind of tempted to pick up to find an Iguanus, and hopefully they continue the line for that, because these do look kind of neat.
And then they ended it with talking about how they're re-releasing Core Class Soundwave, and it's and how it's the same. They're not really changing it; they're just repackaging it. So,
because who doesn't like money?
My kid's got that one, and she loves it.
It's a good figure.
Yeah.
I've got it right here. I did an add-on kit for it to give it the to make the feet shrink down into it. So, so the add-on kit costs as much as the figure, but
of course,
whatever. It's only money. And so that, I believe, takes us to the end of this stream. I'm not looking at the notes from the article, but I think that's it. They talked about 17 items, so it was quite a lot. They did tease a couple things. Jeremy, did you pick up on those teases?
Well, I know that the final Minosaur character is going to be revealed at PulseCon.
Did seem like that, yep.
And I don't remember anything else. It's been a long week.
Well, they teased something with Ben's shirt at the end of the stream.
Oh,
because he was wearing
that.
He was wearing a green Magic the Gathering shirt and saying he was going to go over and talk and had to do something with the Magic team, and that he was working on some kind of collaboration with them, and that's all he could say at this point. Something along those lines. And
so didn't they make a big stink about how they weren't going to do any more Transformers related cards?
I don't know about that.
I remember that.
But so there's a couple things that they definitely teased. PulseCon is looking to be where they want to show off the most of their big things, because that's their con, their online convention. So hopefully we see some big stuff at that convention. But I mean, there's still New York Toy Show as well. Or Toy Fair, I guess, is coming up. So, but PulseCon seems to be what they're kind of holding back some stuff for.
And New York Comic Con is in October, so they could do PulseCon, then Comic Con in October, then Toy Fair in February. Yeah,
I still think Comic Con is where they're going to announce the new publisher.
Seems like a good plan.
They really were pimping those comics for a company that's not going to hold on to them much longer.
Well, I mean, last ones are packed in with toys, so
yeah. Shattered Glass is their last, their swan song, last hurrah. So they want to get it out the door.
They're not going to do a Saturday morning adventures.
Well,
I mean, there's no time.
Continuing that with Ninja Turtles, they're just Hasbro's not going to do it.
Man, don't you think, Jeremy, from an IT perspective, you should be involved? An IT person should be involved when they announce a comic like that, so the domain name can be purchased.
Not me. It depends. I mean,
oh, okay.
Did you purchase the domain, Yoshi? No.
What domain did you buy?
Saturday Morning Adventures.
Oh.
Well, hope you get some. Hope maybe someone will come and buy it from you.
Live and learn.
Hey, I mean, offer it up for sale and might make a profit.
I can tell you it doesn't get any traffic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's a little for me. The stream was a little bit. I guess. I mean, I hope they're
low budget.
Well, no, I mean, aside from that, I mean, just the things a lot of the things they showed off, we'd already seen. So it's kind of like a little bit anticlimactic. Like I'm still waiting for Minerva. Like, why are they not announcing Minerva at any point? It's the things showing up in Walmarts in the States, and they still haven't officially announced that the Minerva figure is coming. That seems very odd. But yeah, I mean, everything else though, I mean, it's unfortunate because I'm sure the Hasbro, like the designers, are a little bit bummed that their stuff gets leaked so much, and then they're basically have to play catch up. I mean, we've talked about this before, how stuff gets leaked and then they're able to they get it ready for their stream, and it's like, well, but
do they do a more like put together presentation online like that? Because like it wasn't too long ago, Wizards of the Coast did their D&D update, and it was gorgeous to look at, and it was quick and to the point, and it was done. This just seemed cobbled together at the last minute.
Like these are usually a little bit more put together than this last one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it.
This one looked more professional. I thought one of the most professional ones they've done.
I have a feeling they probably sold more stamps than action figures.
Yeah, I mean the G.I. Joe ones, they have like the two people sitting at a table, and I feel like that's what you should do instead of trying to have half of the people remote. And you could tell like some of the people were in the same room, but they were like on different sides of the room, because I saw like some of the lights on the wall I could see in two different people. So production values could have been higher on this one.
We expect more from you, Hasbro.
But I mean, so that's a look at all the upcoming toys in the next few months. So let us know if there's anything that caught your fancy, and we'll keep on moving now. So that's our toy section. So we will move on to trips to the store. And this is where we show off all the awesome Transformers stuff we got this week. And since we're all video now, it's right here in the middle of our main Transmissions show. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions podcast will return after these messages.
All right, let's start off with Jeremy.
Nay.
But until we have an actual producer person, it's gonna be rough. So I have nothing new this week, but I do have a figure I opened. I got recently. I showed off the box. So this, I can never remember this guy's name. This is Spindle. We talk about how crappy that Fallen figure looked. This is like he's a fossilizer, but he's just absolutely shit. It's just, I don't know.
He's supposed to come apart.
He is, but he's not supposed to come apart when you just look at him. Like when I was grabbing him just now, like when I was bringing him over here, the arm just fell off and stuff. Piece of shit. But he comes with Impactor, who is not. This is a re-release of a recent Impactor, but this is done in the Marvel colors. But he looks really cool. I folded his hand up so he could have his little harpoon hand. Mm-hmm. But he looks good. He's got that new Wreckers logo, which isn't going to focus. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
New shiny Wreckers logo. But
looks like a cat.
He's got the arms. He's got the underarms that you like.
Oh, yeah. Well, not really. It's not the same. So, but his cannon comes off. But
why?
I don't know.
Okay.
But he's a good looking figure. I like him. So that's what I got this week.
Cool. All right. I'll go next. So I got a new Studio Series figure. I got Wreck-Gar.
Oh, neat.
I talk some TV. And I just opened them, so I haven't actually even transformed them yet. But it's a good looking figure, and it's nice. The wheels are detachable. The axe spins, so that's cool. and the nipples are posable nipples. I don't know why the gun nipples are posable.
I was going to say they're pointing in different directions. There you go.
And he's got the signals from the TV signal.
He's got a good the face is very.
All I can see is
very
the nipples,
much
Charles.
I mean, it's very much 86 movie Wreck-Gar.
Here we go.
The mustache, full mustache and goatee. Very nice. Very cool. Another really good Studio Series figure comes with a diorama. So you can, on the planet of junk. He's on the planet of junk. There he is.
I've summoned you here for a purpose.
But yeah, I'm really happy with the Studio Series 86 figures. I think this has been a really good line. I've gotten a couple of these, the Cup, the Hot Rod, and the Scourge. I also got that. Yeah, these are good. Like them. I'm debating whether I should get the Junkion so Wreck-Gar can ride them. I haven't seen that in stores yet, but I don't know. It feels like I kind of like Daryl. It feels like I kind of have to get that. So we'll see. But yeah, Wreck-Gar. All right, Yoshi.
Yay! So my life has just been Transformers Reanimated since we last spoke. And anybody can look at it at transformersreanimated.com. We're trying to write a comic book that fills the gap between the end of the second series and the 1986 movie. I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's also very pricey. I commission comic book artists to do the covers, and those that don't work digitally, I buy the originals from them. So I've got a couple examples I just wanted to show off because I love this shit. This is the cover for issue 16, The Terror Within, and that was done by Dan Hanna.
Kana?
He's never corrected me when I've seen him.
I'm pretty sure it's Kana.
I'll ask him at Emerald City, and then I'll profusely apologize to the man.
Isn't it spelled like the same way your last name is?
No, it's K-H.
No, it's K-H-A-N-N-A.
Okay.
He's a Transformers fan. He got a artwork in the Marvel, like the U.S. Marvel comic. He got fan artwork in the letters page of the U.S. Marvel comic when he was a kid, and now he's a grown-up Transformers artist.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
A dream I'm paying him for, but he's living the dream. Here are the covers for issue 22 and 27. Casey did 22 with Galvatron. I don't know if I can. There we go. With Galvatron. And Ryan Jett did this one with Beachcomber. This is really fucking hard to show.
Nice.
It's awesome looking art, though.
And just to do a flex, here's issue 28, Bob Budiansky.
Oh,
nice.
Very nice.
Did you ever
So it's not quite the sketch cover he owes me, Jeremy, but
What's the other one?
Oh, that's a Tad Galusha. That's issue 34, Almighty Starscream.
Every time I see my Budiansky sketch cover, I wonder if you ever get yours.
Well, what I got was a little bit bigger than a sketch cover.
Well, did you mention that you're still waiting on the other one? Did he say anything about that?
No, I like the guy, but you have to learn what he means when he talks to you. It was never going to get done. So,
did you pay him for that one?
Yeah, no, I didn't pay him for it, but it was like,
okay.
You guys have seen the sketch covers I do. They're kind of elaborate, and Bob wanted to just get as much done at a convention as he could, and I didn't facilitate that. So I'm on some imaginary list he's eventually going to get to, which means tough luck, kid. So,
but he still got your comic.
No, because at the time he had a bunch of the Regen 100s, And I just asked for it to be done on one of his copies, so I didn't lose it.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
And he wouldn't take money until he started it, which is another sign that it's just not going to get done. It's fine. It's fine. All right, Daryl, I think you're next.
Mine looks great.
Yep. Go ahead, Daryl.
So I picked this up. It was pre-ordered, but I picked it up shortly after TFCon. This is Legacy Skids. I haven't opened him yet.
Fun figure.
I made an interesting observation that on the box they cut this part out in between the like this little handle piece. I don't know whether you've noticed. You can notice that little piece is kind of cut out. You can see the figure behind there. They don't do that anymore. It's like a packaging variant. I got this one today, and it's definitely not opened. This is Wild Rider. So you can see it is not cut out. So yeah, so I just noticed that when I had these things side by side. So yeah, so I've got
Blaster is the same way. Blaster is not cut out like that.
And the last figure I have is one that I had gotten from Charles had picked up for me from TFCon Baltimore. I think it was Baltimore.
Because you're such a good editor.
And I figured, and I got from in Toronto, and this is the Mastermind Creations Mentis, and it's a so this is the Rung figure, and I still haven't opened this one either, but it's a fantastic figure. I'm looking forward to getting it opened and getting it in the cases back behind me there. But I know that it was really popular, and then the few that were at in the Toronto Con, they went pretty fast as well. So Mentis, Skids, and Wild Rider. I'm 2/3 or 3/5 of the way done Menasor. So getting there.
Cool. All right, Mike, you're up. Bringing us home.
In the last month, I have made probably one of the biggest Transformers-related purchases that I ever have made, and I will be showing that off today. But we're going to start off with a couple of little smaller things first. So I was at Boston Fan Expo on Sunday, and I picked up a Funko Pop Tracks to send to the prize pile whenever we do another contest. This is the convention exclusive version that has been making the rounds for conventions, I think, last year. And Boston Fan Expo got a couple of these in. So there's that. Also, at Boston Fan Expo, actually a friend of mine gave me a signed comic.
Ooh.
Batman Zero by Rubenstein. Is it Joe Rubenstein, I think?
Yep.
Yeah. So one of the few comics that I have that they're actually signed. So I really enjoyed that.
I've met him before. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
For all the crap it takes, I love the 0 hour.
It was pretty good. It was my jumping on point for DC Comics. Picked up the Rarities comic that all of you probably picked up as well. I love it. It's pretty good. Let's see here. And I picked up the number 6 for the Phase 2 hardcovers. Yeah. So I am halfway to getting the Phase 2 one done. Not 1 through 6. I have like 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 11 or some nonsense. So
now you're racing against the clock.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too concerned. I mean, Amazon still has them all like on sale. I'm just waiting for some to just kind of come down a little bit in price and just waiting for a sale. But yeah. Now, something else. Actually, this isn't like 100% new, but I did want to show off the completed version of this. Damn, I lost a foot. Oh, well, whatever. So I made mention a while back that I was putting together a custom combiner, and a lot of people on our Discord server really helped kind of bring this together by helping me locate some of the limbs. So this is the Battle Core Prime from Combiner Wars with a first aid, a prowl, a trailbreaker, and an off-road, along with the Ex Mortis upgrade kit for the figure. So looks pretty badass. And I also got on my shelf behind me 2 Power of the Primes Jhiaxus and a Ricochet that I'm going to be like switching it out here and there just to see what the better look is. But I absolutely love the color scheme of this figure, and it is just a impressive, beefy looking. You can see how big the guy is. He's bigger than my head. It's awesome.
Does this combiner have a name?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'd like to suggest Yoshitron.
Okay. Yoshitron it is then.
I was thinking Alloy from Empire of Rust.
That could be kind of cool, except it's just there's not enough variety in the figures on that one. All right, stay there. You lost a foot, so don't. Okay, good. I was picking up. I caught the foot on the on my desk. I do still need to find some feet for the guy, but it's gonna be pricey. Even with like knockoffs, they're still gonna be pricey. But I'm looking for like one of like the square ones. I think it was like a PC-11 or something. I forget which one it was, but it was the one that was specifically made for the Prime Combiner.
Always having issues with his feet. Classic Yoshitron.
Stop trying to make Yoshitron a thing. It's not a thing.
All right, here it is. So the big purchase. So IDW Phase 1, Volume 1, the hardcover. Phase 2, or sorry, number 2 on Phase 1.
I bet I know what's next.
Yeah. 3. Yeah. Did you guess it right?
Yeah, I did.
All right. 4.
Oh my.
5.
Keep going.
6.
What?
Please send fan mail to Mike at transmissionspodcast.com.
7. And 9. No, I'm just kidding. No. Nope. Number 8. I picked up.
You were going to kill Charles's OCD.
I've never been good at categorizing things, Charles. You know this. I found all of these on an eBay auction about a week and a half ago. Very, very reasonably priced. But when I saw this up on the auction, I was like, yeah, all of these all at once, all together, I can't pass that up right now, because these ones are actually getting really hard to find nowadays. Amazon has them, but they're not coming down in price at all, and I really don't want to spend another $60 for each of these things. So, yeah. But I got the entire Phase 1 set from its Infiltration up till the end of Ongoing. Yeah, it was an impressive set. It certainly was.
Wow.
2 of them were still like shrink wraps too. I opened them, of course. But yeah, just the premium format for it, the hardcover on it. It's just so good, so beautiful.
Nice. Do you have space on your bookshelf now to put them somewhere?
It's actually getting a bit tight, but I'm gonna have to reorganize, move things around a little bit. But yeah, I did find some space for them. So now I just need to finish up the Phase 2 and pick up the stuff from Phase 3.
Easy.
Easier than finding these, yeah. And then maybe I'll consider getting the hardcovers of the 2019 series.
Very
Maybe.
cool.
Who knows? That was me.
I liked you.
Well, thank you. I like you too.
Oh. Hey, I'm in the middle. About time.
All right, we're recording this on 2 separate segments, so we might transition to another set of people showing off stuff, because we've got all our guest hosts who joined us over the last couple of years. So stay tuned for that. If that happens, there'll be a transition here. Continuing our trips to the store, we've got some fresh new faces joining us. So you might recognize some of our new school members on the Transmissions podcast. So we've got Dr. Pants down there.
Hey, everyone.
And Apollo.
Hello.
And special guest, Mr. John Paul Bove.
I can't point.
The opposite way that I would
It's
think.
backwards from, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like this.
So JP was kind enough to join us on this Brady Bunch podcast here.
I've been in prison Superman 2 style.
JP has been a frequent guest on Transmissions, so we couldn't get to our milestone 500th episode without him. So thanks, JP, for popping in just for a little bit.
You're welcome, I guess. No, genuinely, thank you. You've done it. I can't believe you're at 500. I mean, obviously, I stopped listening at about 3 or 4, but you've done very well. You've done very well.
3 or 400, or just 3 or 4.
Hang on. Yeah, just the first 4. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is. In fact, it's quite an achievement. I'm not even joking now. That is actually amazing.
Yeah, it's been a long road, and it's been over 9 years. Yeah, 500 episodes. We're pretty excited. So we already showed off all our toys, so we thought we'd bring you guys in. I know Apollo, you don't have anything new this week, but we're still happy to have you here. So thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you. Yeah, you've been a great addition to Transmissions, you and Dr. Pants, and we're happy to have you on the show. So thanks for joining us. And before I hand it over to you guys, I did want to in the transition from what we showed off to the new segment, I transformed my wreck car. So here's wreck car in motorcycle mode. There he is.
Good job.
You should have
Proud of you.
I could have transformed my impactor, but I didn't.
Sorry.
Well, you
can still do it.
All our hearts.
No, too late.
So maybe I'll throw it over to JP. Show us some stuff you got this week.
Okay. Well, it was TF Nation just gone.
Oh yeah.
I have quite a few things. So I have some toys. I do have some art-based things as well, which hopefully is all right for me to show off as well. So I have myself a Widow Goldbug.
Oh,
look at him! Isn't he cute?
He's so adorable.
Did you get that whole 5-pack thing, or did you just buy that from someone?
I did not. I bought this on its own.
Okay.
So someone was selling it loose, and I murdered them and took it.
And you dropped a few pound notes on the body as you walked away because you didn't want to steal it.
I'd already murdered the man. Theft seemed like it didn't really matter at that point. Who worries about the petty things when you've stolen a man's life?
It's like putting a hat on a hat.
I know, right? I also bought Scourge. There he is. There.
Nice.
These look very orange in this warm night light, but they are very pink. He has got proper spangly pink things. He's great. I did also get, you would call him Cosmos, and we would call him Cosmos over here. But look at his beautiful little dumpy body and camera's there. Look at that. He's got my physique, so how could I not love that man?
He's so damn cute.
He's just perfect. And I had to stuff the flag in his, not quite his bum, just above the bum, because that's the only hole he has. I regret that sentence immediately.
Mike, can you isolate that?
already done.
So he only has the one hole, and I've made full use of it. No, that's weird. So I also picked an Ed Pirrie sketchbook, an art book, which he did a beauty. Look at this. There's an Action Master Grimlock sketch that he drew for me on the inside there.
Oh, very cool.
Utterly beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful book. It's full of his gorgeous artwork. Some of it I coloured, most of it I haven't. So it's very good. And
you could just take some crayons and finish the job.
Oh yeah, no, I have done. I've taken my son's felt tip pens, and I'm just like,
That's relief.
Which, in fairness, is how I've done every Transformers book for the last 11 years.
Is it with that face too that you just made?
Like, the frenzy face.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I don't look, I insist on looking like something out of the Jim Henson Muppet Workshop when I'm coloring. That's quite important. So, I also have, and this is a bit of an issue. This is Transformers in Swedish.
Oh,
so this is it's a really thick, awesome, oversized hardback.
Is that Bird of Prey?
Yeah, so it is. It's a lot of the strips that I coloured, the UK strips that were coloured for the first time for the collection over here. But they've done them, and it's all been translated into Swedish.
Wow!
Which is I was at a Swedish Transformers convention in April, I believe, and I finally got to get my hands on one of these, and it's beautiful. The printing is gorgeous, as in it's come out really nice. It's one of the nicest looking versions of it that's come out. And then my very final thing, and unfortunately I can't tell you the artist is right now. I got it from Moore's Art that have official Transformers artwork. And being half Italian, Wheeljack is my spirit robot. So it's got all the Alitalia colours on the Lancia there. Mm-hmm. So that was my art purchase, and I did get some not stamps, but things that are like they did them as special promotional items where the money went to charity. I do have one of them, but that's in the other room. But we'll talk about stamps some other time, I guess. So for once, I'm not just showing you something that I bought like 8 months ago, covered in dust, going, please pity me. I actually have toys.
Awesome. Yeah, stay tuned for our special Alt Mode 300, where JP will be hanging out with us and talking some stamps. Coming soon. All right, let's switch it over to Dr. Pants.
Okay, so I got stuff like I do most times I'm on here, thankfully. First things first, I got the reissue of Beast Wars Scorponok because it's now on clearance at Walmart for $15, and now it's worth it. Sorry, I love this figure I had as a kid, and I've since lost it. The reissue is weird though, because I remember the original one being black, and he's kind of more gunmetal-y. But I don't care. His claw still turns into a bee. That's like the coolest feature. I love it.
Just like real scorpions.
Exactly.
So scientifically accurate.
That's the only way I roll. Scientifically accurate toy robot.
You are a doctor after all.
Yes.
Also, my Walmart got in the Velocitron set. So here is Override.
Yay.
Now,
nice.
This was the only Velocitron figure they had, and I almost missed it the first time I went. And I had to grab it because I love Override. I actually love the original Cybertron figure. It's garbage, but I love it. This figure, awesome. Transformation is great. It looks like Override. The proportions are way better because, I mean, let's face it. This is wrong. This is right. This is wrong. This is right. But it's a really, really cool figure. I absolutely love it. I also grabbed Road Rocket because I love me a G2 robot, and this is a lot of fun. I haven't picked up RC at all. I was waiting for another mold because I don't have much connection to Prime, but I do have connection to G2. This figure's a lot of fun. My only complaint is the metal paint on her faceplate is not done really well at all. It doesn't look like it's covered completely, and it's smeared along the bottom of her helmet, but it's still a cool figure, so whatever. I love it. And then the last one, and this was the big one I had to get, so I also got Scourge.
Ah,
yes.
Could have passed that to each other.
Oh, we could have. Sorry.
We
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
Let's start again.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I did pick up another
to
thing, but JP is holding on to it for me. So if he could just
Let me just. If I just hang on, wait. If I just hang on, wait. Yeah, here you go. You got it.
There we go. Yeah,
There
I
you
got it. There we go.
Yay.
Seamless. Suck on that ILM.
I got a Scourge.
Nailed it.
Perfect. This is the one Velocitron figure I really wanted because much like Jeremy, I love Scourge. I love Laser Prime, but it's the black and pink and teal that's way better. And of course, I was in contact with Jeremy, and thankfully my Walmart had two. So here's the one that's going to Jeremy. So that way he has it, because I know that he needs a Scourge.
I do. Thank you for making me not have to go to a Walmart.
The worst part is I live in a college town, and it's back to school time. So every time I was in there, it's. But you know what? You know what? It was worth it, right? It was worth going to Walmart.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I deal with kids on a daily basis, so it's fine. It's fine.
Go to your happy place.
This is my happy place. I'm surrounded by robots and funny people. You're all amazing. So this is a good place to be. But that's actually all I got. It's not too much. So thankfully Daryl's not here to show me up. I know he would.
Well, he's going to show you up in the next transition, or he showed you up already.
Damn it!
No, I showed him up this week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That's right. It was Mike.
Good job, Mike. Good job. Thank you.
So, speaking of which, I guess we will get back to the rest of Transmissions 500, and we will see you back in Alt Mode 300. So, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Send help.
Bye.
And that's it for Trips to the Store.
I'm back.
We now return to the Transmissions podcast.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and we will finish up the show with some feedback. All right, we asked people to send in some shout outs for episode 500, and a few people rose to the challenge and did not disappoint. So we've got some voicemails to listen to. So first up, we've got another one from Jason, who sent us in last week. Jason is from the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast.
Well, hey guys, this is Jason from the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. I just wanted to give you guys a gigantic congratulations on episode 500 of the main podcast feed. The toy show is so awesome. I'm so happy I found you guys. Been listening for a couple of years, and just I wish I had for the whole 9, but I'm so glad I found you. I hope you have 500 more. And keep being awesome. Thanks, guys.
Maybe we'll figure it out in 500 more episodes, hopefully.
Yeah. And it's a good thing we recorded the previous 500. So if you ever have to paint a house, there you go. I think we're to like 3 or 4 houses that have been painted listening to our podcast.
Yep. Thanks, Jason, for sending that shout out. Really appreciate it. And and he was very excited that we played his voicemail in the last episode. So hopefully you didn't have a heart attack this time. You're still with us. So the secret is if you send it in a voicemail, we'll probably play it.
We've only not played one, and that's because there was like a spam voicemail.
My vote was still to play it.
All right, we got another shout out from our good friend of the show, longtime listener, Tom Proscia.
Well, hello out there, Transmissions crew. It's your old pal, Tom Proscia. I just wanted to send in a quick voicemail for your big milestone episode. I apologize for it being last minute. First off, happy 9th anniversary. I always say you guys are like a fine wine. You get better with age. Congratulations on that landmark. And secondly, I wanted to say congratulations on episode 500 of Transmissions, as well as congratulations on episode 300 of Alt Mode. It's a great accomplishment. Please keep it going. So on top of being one of your oldest listeners, probably, I also want to tell you my 9-year-old son listens in, so I might have your youngest fan as well. Funny stuff. Anyway, congratulations on the landmark. It's a great thing. Keep up the great work. And here's to 500 more. Congratulations, guys. Take care.
Tom, since your kid now listens to the show, I'm really fucking sorry, guy. Also, thanks for not arresting me.
It was great meeting Tom when I went to New York Comic Con. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tom's great, and he is one of our longest listeners and a very high level donatrion too. So Tom, you're awesome.
So if anybody should complain about the editing that Daryl isn't doing, it should be Tom.
Thanks for listening, Tom.
And Tom, I mean, I hope it's okay. We taught your son a few new words. Maybe hope those don't come out at school or anything.
They're from New York, right? I mean,
hey, Tom's kid, if you just hit me up on Twitter, I will give you a whole list of words you can't say at school. 256 characters. Be damned.
All right, and our last shout out comes from our masterpiece donatrion and longtime voicemail sender inner, John 4X11 Good.
Wait, is sender inner a word like donatrion or like donor?
Donator.
Donator.
No, it's a real word. It's not like donator.
I think when you donate that level of money, Charles, if you want to be called
one, we want to really thank our Patreon supporters and donators.
I thought I deleted all copies of that.
Classic Transmissions.
All right, here's what John said.
Hey guys, John 4X11 Good here again. Just want to congratulate you guys on 500 episodes. I know it's been quite a ride, and I know you guys are asking for this but I just want to say congratulations. I want to say thank you guys for putting on such a wonderful podcast. This is podcast is one of the things that I enjoy a lot, and especially since for some personal tragedies that happened in my life within the last year, which I've told you guys about, but I don't need to rehash here. But again, thank you so much for doing this podcast. Thank you for 500 episodes, and don't know if you guys are up for it, but hopefully 500 more. Talk to you next time. Bye.
No promises. But I mean, we'll keep the wheels on the trolley as long as we can. But thanks, thanks John for sending in, and thanks for all the voicemails you've sent in over the last couple of years. Yeah,
I look forward to John's voicemails. When I get the email notifications from what is it, SpeakPipe or whatever we got as a client for that, I'm like, oh, who's this? Oh, is it John? Okay, great. I look forward to John's voicemails. He's always got something nice to say, usually about me.
And the audio quality is always impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Well, that is all our feedback for this week, and I think we've almost got episode 500 in the can. So it's it's been a wild ride. this is when we started this 9 years ago, I couldn't have imagined doing this every week for, and having never breaking a streak, getting a show out every week, sometimes many more shows in a single week. But I just want to, I don't know how you guys feel, but I really, I just value you guys so much. Thank you for.
I need a break.
You're getting a break. That's why we recorded the show early. You're going on vacation. We're not going to see you for 2 weeks.
Unacceptable.
But I didn't know. When we started this, I didn't.
We all respect you.
I'm trying to have a moment here.
Don't worry, Charles. I still love you.
Well, this is exactly what you expect from Transmissions, but we have fun here. You guys are awesome. I never could have imagined, meeting a group of meeting strangers who became friends, good friends, great friends. And it's just great to have you guys here. Yoshi, I'm so happy you came back and shared this with us for episode 500. And all the best to you. Thanks again for coming on. And tell everyone what we mentioned Transformers ReAnimated. Anything else you want to plug before we end the show here?
Well, look, Charles, Daryl, Mike, Jeremy, Yoshitron. It's really nice to be back on the show. I have missed you guys, and you need to swear some more. And I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. I got nothing. Honestly, that's a lot of words. TransformersReanimated.com is my Transformers hobby now. It just sucks up whatever money and time I've got left, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. As far as anything else, my social, you can I'll tweet about it or something. But I got nothing. Thanks. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I had my moment, but I want to give everyone else a moment. So Daryl, Mike, Jeremy, anything you want to say about everything in episode 500 as we close it out here? Daryl, you can go first.
9 years. We've all traveled quite a bit in that time. I moved around the corner, and most of us made children during that time, so it was interesting. That was, everything.
It was also fun. That process was really fun.
It's enjoyable.
That's right. It's a key thing you need to add in there.
Yep. I never really expected to become friends with Americans. So
it's legit.
We're raised that to think of you as just rude, obnoxious, our southern neighbors, and you are. But
where does the rude thing come from, though? Like, what history does Canada have about the rude?
We weren't the ones that went into your country and burned down, your president's house or whatever. That was you guys.
Yeah, you had it coming. So I've enjoyed it, and I've really gotten to know you guys really well over the years, and we spent as much time as we can together, and it's not as much in person, but once a week for 9 years is a lot of fucking time, right? So it's regardless of how much personal time we can spend in each other's presence, the virtual time has been quite valuable to me. And my wife really enjoys her time apart from me as well. So it's been it's been invaluable to my marriage. So I've been enjoying the fact that we've been able to keep that going as well. And this room succeeds with the trips to the store, which I think we should kind of dial back a bit just for my the healthiness of my household.
Mike, go take it away.
You haven't been in the anchor position for quite a while there, Daryl. I mean, I started with you guys back in just before episode 100, so I wasn't there since right at the beginning. But I mean, honestly, at this point, it's far more time here than not. So 80% of the time I was here, and it's only going to get higher from there, right? So, but no, I mean, seriously, thank you guys for the chance to actually to try this out and the chance to actually do this. I mean, I had some experience editing beforehand, but it wasn't something I had done a ton of. So definitely thanks for the chance to do it and to meet all you guys, because without this, I wouldn't have started Empire of Rust either. I wouldn't have gotten into that. So the simple fact that, that you put up on the podcast, hey, we need someone who might help us out editing on this thing because it's getting unwieldy. It turned into a bunch of other really great experiences, stuff that I've had to work on for Empire of Rust, and all the conventions that I've gone to hang out with you guys that I probably wouldn't have gone to without it. So, I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but I'm an introvert. I generally stay in if I have the opportunity to do so. So being able to go out and to actually meet you guys and to be social that way and to just connect with all of you, it's been a really, really great time, and thank all of you guys for it so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, for the many hours of unpaid editing work that you did and will do in the future, maybe.
Just to maybe put it out there, but the editing of the show has become unwieldy again. And there's a new aspect that you may want to learn is video editing of a podcast. You can try it out for a bit.
I see what you did there.
Not hearing a no.
Let my life actually get back into a more meaningful shape, and then we'll talk.
Would 20 Canadian dollars help that?
Spoiler alert, no.
Is that just so that it trips to the store, Daryl? You can be like, I edited this, I paid for it, this is my thing.
Yep.
All right, I think it's appropriate that we end with Jeremy, because Jeremy was the impetus, the creator, the founder, the one who's put the call out and brought us all together. He assembled this Voltron, and so Jeremy, take it away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this has been probably one of the best spans of my life in terms of getting to meet people that have become friends. And I had no idea when I just put out I figured it was going to be one of those, you do a few podcast episodes and then it just kind of fizzles. And, here we are. Go ahead.
But put the rice cake down, Yoshi.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I've been to both Charles and Daryl's houses, and Daryl's let me stay over. Charles kicked me out. No, it was for I think a Super Bowl party. But
it was not a sleepover. It was just a Super Bowl party.
But it's been a lot of fun. I can truly call each of you friends, and
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't call Daryl a friend either.
We've all had various life things that have happened to us over this span, good and bad, and I'm just very appreciative for the friendship that I've made with each of you, and then just the listeners as well. I mean, when I was going through with my wife this summer her cancer stuff, I had some DMs from people on Twitter that just listened to the show and offered their support and stuff. And who would have expected, that? I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I didn't expect it, and very appreciative. And I don't know. It's just been great. And I look forward to doing this since I work remotely. So this is basically where I spend most of my time, because I'm working, I'm doing this. And it's great to have people to talk to, for an extended period of time. And, I don't really get out of my hole that often. So
lucky.
Yeah. So anyway, I can't wait to, get into this new aspect with the video and everything. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm just looking forward to at least 500 more. If we're still able to do it, 9 more years. So
I don't know whether your hairline can last. It's running away.
Yeah.
Charles's is too. I think mine's growing.
Mine's been in full retreat for several years now.
Daryl, just wait. You now have a boy child. It has an effect on it.
Hey, it's fine. I'm down here all night. I don't do anything.
At some point, the baby is gonna become mobile and start messing with your figures like mine is.
I've planned to put a lock on the door. That's my security. I'm going to do that. Okay. But he is mobile now. Yeah, he is definitely mobile now. Yeah.
It begins.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Well, to see Daryl on video at one point, and all three of those cases are just kind of tilted sideways.
I mean,
I'm waiting for the video of the episode where I'm in here doing my bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And then just the thump comes in the back, like the fuck. And then things just somebody in the other room behind me just hits a wall. And I'm like, oh shit. And everything just tips forward behind me. And you just see me. Oh!
Listen, if you gotta go.
Recording. Yeah.
Well, now that we're doing everything on video, it'll all be recorded, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep. The insurance company will be happy that it will have been recorded.
Jeremy, just make sure you make his window big so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if that section though got edited out.
This camera went off just in time.
All right. Well, as we end the show, of course, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatreons, because they are the ones who contribute to our Donatreon and our Patreon at the highest level. So thank you once again to John Forex Good and Demon Tech 82. You guys are awesome. No rice cake Yoshi. But yeah, thank you so much for being Masterpiece Donatreons, continuing to be Masterpiece Donatreons, and we really appreciate your support. So thank you.
And remember, you get a brand new bonus now. You're going to get a new show to listen to for
yes.
Donatreon.
Yeah, so check out Daryl and Dr. Pants on We Like Big Bots, and coming very soon. So
do we still have or do you guys still have the Beauvais level?
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. No one has taken us up on it yet.
Someone needs to step up. That's what I am. Just for 1 month.
I am committing that if I ever do make it to TF Nation, I am bringing a ham to present to JP.
All right, everyone.
Don't think they'll let you travel with it.
Well, I'll buy one there. I'm sure they have pigs too.
They're British pigs. They're like dogs.
No. All right. I think we've gone on long enough. Again, thank you. And thank you to all the listeners, everyone out there, for supporting us through 500 episodes. I mean, we've had ups and downs, but people have stuck with us. People have continued to listen and support us. And that's really, such a great gift for us to know that people out there are enjoying what we're doing and hanging out with us. So thank you for everything. And the train will keep on going. So, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.
All right. Well,
it's going to blow.
So someone's alarm's going off.
Who's beeping? Mike, mute yourself.
Is it me?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always Mike.
This would be a good time.
You're still muted, Mike.
This would be a good time to point out my Audacity is using the wrong mic.
Oh.
Well then.
Well, that's what the extra backups are for.
Yeah. I'm trying really hard not to move my headphones.
Hey, it'll just be taking us back to the early episodes.
Yeah. Daryl's going to edit it. It'll be fine. That's what your Patreon dollars pay for, is his expertise.
You sound good on the video. So
well, the video is using my other mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently that was all right.
Make it podcast worthy, Mike, because this is staying in.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I set up a timer because I noticed that we were going over time on our intros. So I was just trying to keep track of everything.
Oh, Jesus.
And
so everybody heard it but you?
I guess so. I don't know why it transmitted.
Yeah, so
it was on a web page.
500 episodes, everybody.
So since this is going to be cut out in the edited version for the Donatreons, in this new format we're doing, we have kind of recommended times for the sections. But this is a special one, so the time for the intro doesn't count, Mike.
No one told me that before today. Cutting it down to 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Well,
we still doing the scene switch?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's going to be a great show.
Copyright strike.
This is why we have an extra few days to edit.
You mean I have an extra few days to edit?
I guess can anyone want to whip up a cool animation animatic graphic with the good guy and bad guy logos flipping around for the scene switch?
Hey, it's another use for my logos. Awesome.
Yeah, I've tried. I don't have the skills to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Me neither.
It's just After Effects flipping around. No, I don't have the time for this.
Just After Effects. That's the person that knows how to use After Effects.
Mike, that sounds like a volunteer. That sounds like you're volunteering.
Just set a timer, Mike, and make sure you don't work over that time.
All right.